Living in Dubai is not wonderful and glamorous as many would have you believe. Forget about what you've read, seen, and heard. Those shiny buildings and man-made islands are all just smoke and mirrors. There are so many things wrong with this place that we have decided to put a list together. Hi friends, my name is Rose and welcome to Flair. Before we continue, friends, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. Also turn on the bell notification so you won't miss out on any of our uploads. And here are a few things that you didn't know about Dubai. Number 1. Modern-day slavery. This country encourages businesses to hire people from other poor countries to come here and work. They have them sign contracts that are a decade long and then take their passports. Even though taking passports is supposedly illegal, the government knows it happens and does nothing to enforce the law. These poor people are promised a certain pay, but the companies neglect to tell them they will be deducting their cost of living from their paychecks, leaving them virtually penniless, that is, if they choose to pay them. Companies hold back paychecks for months at a time. When the workers strike as a result, they are jailed. Protesting is illegal. You see, apparently this law is enforced. These people will never make enough to buy a ticket home, and even if they do not have their passports. They live crammed in portables with tons of others in highly unsanitary conditions. The kicker, they are building hotels that cost more to stay in for one night than they will make in an entire year. Things are so bad that a number of laborers are willing to throw themselves in front of cars because their death would bring their family affluence in the form of dia, blood money paid to the victim's family as mandated by the government. Number 2. It is hot here, like really hot. Not Florida in July hot. Hot as if you were locked in a car in Florida in July with sufficient humidity to make it feel as though you are drowning. Hot as in 120 degrees with nearly 100% humidity. Do not look to the wind for relief. This is the equivalent of pointing a hairdryer on full blast directly at your face. Pour fine moon dust like sand over your head as you do this and you get the picture. Number 3. There are traffic cameras everywhere. I consider this cheating. Where are the damn cops? I drove around this city for weeks before I ever even saw a cop. Trust me, they need traffic cops here. People drive like idiots. It's perfectly okay to turn left from the far right lane, but speeding even just a couple of kilometers over will get you fined. These cameras are placed strategically as you come down hills or just as the speed limit changes. Before you know it, bam! Fined. Forget to pay the bill and your car will be impounded. Number 4. Alcohol can only be sold in hotels and a handful of private clubs. A person must own a liquor license to consume in the privacy of their own home. To obtain a liquor license, you must get signed approval from your boss. Prove a certain level of salary that determines how much you are allowed to buy, and then submit several mugshots aka passport photos for approval. Pay the fee and the additional 30% tax on every purchase and you may drink at home. Then again, you can just pick up a few bottles in the airport duty-free on your way into the country. But 2 is the max. Why not just drive out to Ajman where it's a free-for-all and load up the SUV? It's easy enough. But crossing the Emirates with alcohol is illegal, particularly in the dry emirate of Sharjah, which just happens to lie between Dubai and Ajman. Go figure. Number 5. Prostitutes. Oh yes, there are prostitutes. Tons of them. So let me get this straight. I can't look at a naked picture of a person on the internet in the privacy of my home, but it is okay to go out in public and buy a few for the night? Okay, Dubai, make that make sense. Number 6. Dubai is far from environmentally friendly. Ever wonder how much damage those man-made islands are doing to the delicate ocean ecosystem? Coral reefs, sea grasses, and oyster beds that were once part of protected marine lands lie choked under a barrage of dredged-up sea sand. Consider the waste that occurs from erecting buildings on top of these sand monsters, and from the people that occupy them, coupled with the lack of an effective recycling program, and you have an environmental disaster on your hands. Add to this more gas-guzzling SUVs than fuel-efficient cars on the road, and the need for 24-hour powerful air conditioning, and it's evident that the environment is not high on the priority list of the UAE. Number 7. Taxi drivers are dangerous and smell. Taxi drivers work very hard here to earn a living because travel by taxi is still relatively inexpensive, even though the cost of living is not. Because of this, you may have a driver who has had little sleep or the opportunity to shower for several days. Many of these drivers have just as much difficulty finding their way around as you do. But add to this a third world country driving style and extreme exhaustion and, well, remember to buckle up for safety. Number 8. You need a VPN to do anything fun online. The government blocks all websites that it deems offensive to the religious, moral, and cultural values of the UAE. That's hard to swallow for a freedom-loving American, but I get it. I do not understand, however, why all VoIP access and related websites are blocked. I guess the government also takes offense to people inexpensively contacting their families back home. You're welcome to call using the analog service provided by the government-owned telephone monopoly, but it will cost you a whole lot more. So much so, in fact, your frequency of calls will be greatly diminished if you can afford them at all. The government says VoIP is blocked for security reasons. Yet even the residents of communist China and North Korea have access to these inexpensive calls. Your only option is to get a quality VPN. Number 9. Things are not cheaper here. While Dubai is expensive, more than 2.5 million expats live in this city of 3.55 million people. Many are wealthy, drawn in by the lavish lifestyles, immigrant-friendly laws, and lack of income tax. Dubai's cost of living is closer to other highly sought-after cities like Singapore and New York City. But on average, Dubai is more affordable than its counterparts. Where you live and your interests will also help determine how affordable Dubai is for you. A one-bedroom apartment in New Dubai neighborhoods can range from $1,575 to $3,700 per month, $18,900 to $44,330 per year on average. A three-bedroom apartment can range from $4,000 to $6,850 per month, $48,100 to $82,100 per year on average. Both apartment types are cheaper than the average prices you'll find in downtown New York City. Renting a detached three-bedroom villa on the famous and exclusive Palm Jumeirah Islands costs $156,000 per year on average, or about $13,000 per month. Number 10. The roads are horribly designed. Driving 10 minutes out of the way to make a U-turn is not uncommon. People are not able to give directions most of the time, and the maps are little help because most have few road names on them, if any. Where is interchange for? You just have to hope you got on the freeway in the right place and start counting because they are not numbered. Miss it and you'll likely end up on the other side of town before you are able to turn around and go back. So while I'm sure there are benefits to living in Dubai, tax breaks, multicultural environments, and beautiful buildings aside, reconsider your plans to move here if any of the above-mentioned reasons strikes a chord within you. Dubai is a city caught in an identity crisis, struggling somewhere between its desire to be a playground for the rich and its adherence to traditional Islamic roots. Rests a city that lacks sufficient infrastructure to support its delusions of grandeur. Visit if you must, but leave quickly before you are sucked into its calamitous void. Thank you for tuning in, friends. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. Also turn on the bell notification so you won't miss out on any of our uploads. My name is Rose and this is Flair.